wrestling buddies want to be your buddy.
What's going on?
Hey, buddy. Buddy!
You got me mad now.
That's cool.
Yes, it is that time. Once again, welcome everybody all over the world to the Wrestling Compadres Slamcast right here on AfterBuzz TV. We got a jam-packed studio in here. We got an amazing guest right from the start. We're not making you wait. We're bringing him right in. Dale Rutledge cannot be here this week. As you know, he moved to D.C., and he's real busy getting his life together, so unfortunately, he's not on the show this week. Follow him on Twitter, though, and hit him up. Say, hey, at The Walking Dale, we miss you. Why couldn't I get that out? I don't know why.
You're sad?
Yeah, I'm very sad. The sadness has overtaken my ability to speak.
Yeah, you're choked up.
I'm very, very choked up. Yeah.
That's not your leg.
What?
That's my leg.
What?
No, I'm just...
Stop it. Anyways, let's get this started here. At WrestlingBuds on Twitter, Facebook.com/@WrestlingBuds. Give us a like, give us a follow, all that good stuff. Please go to our iTunes page, rate us, review us, all that great stuff. At Jay Quasto on the Twitter. The man next to me, he is the leader of the Curtain Jerks podcast, the Fuhrer, if you will. You can find him on Twitter at Curtain Jerks. He is the very hilarious Scott Narver, also known as Skeeter Skyflyer.
Thank you, sir. I don't know if I can maintain that title of De Fuhrer.
Well,
I don't know if I want that title.
You're drinking that abyss-size coffee drink.
You're so obsessed with this.
I am. I can't believe that they sell those. It just looks like snow with a little bit of chocolate just drizzled around it.
That's a special order, sir. He asked for the chocolate swirl.
Oh, is that what that is?
Yeah, that's what that is.
Do you yell at them? Make it snappy.
Yeah, I yell at them.
You should.
I yell at people making minimum wage.
Look,
I feel better about myself.
Look, you're a dominating man.
Hell yeah!
Everyone knows that.
Well, she does.
Yeah. All right, let's go to the other side of the studio. Scott and I are on fire to start off. That man sitting in the salmon-colored shirt, if you're listening to it, trust me, it's salmon. You can find him on Twitter at CRice17. He is from Houston, Texas. You know he's Chuck Rice.
He's a man.
Yo.
How we doing, guys?
I'm good. What's happening? Your hair is really done. Nice.
It's growing. It's starting to get longer, man.
Little curl.
Yeah.
Swimming upstream, getting those curls.
Yeah.
You know. I needed a good laugh after the way the Rockets bombed it yesterday.
You sure did. Yeah.
Damn you, Blake Griffin.
What are you going to do? Down 1-0. Got to win game 2.
It's all right. Listen. Before we go any further,
Yeah, get that movie up.
I got something for you listeners out there. Mm-hmm. It's my movie right here. We've talked about it a few times.
Yep.
Infernal. I'm going to give a copy of this away to you guys, to whoever writes and gives us 5 stars with the best review on iTunes.
Okay.
So go on iTunes. Yeah, you might not have seen it yet. That's okay. Just make it sound awesome. Best review with a 5-star rating gets a copy of this.
Preferably, they've already gotten the film. Then again, why would they want the copy? Yeah, better yet, just pretend you watched it. Write about it.
I know all of
Rate
you.
it 5 stars.
I know all of you already own this movie, so me giving this away is kind of a moot point. But
You're gonna sign it.
But I'm gonna sign it. We'll get it signed by the cast for you.
And your testicles.
Exactly.
And there you go.
And wait, yeah, it's a horror movie, so all guys out there should want to get it. They'll have the DVD ready to go to any lady's house for a good fright, get comfy on the couch.
This dude knows how to sell product.
There it is, right.
You be pushing that product.
I know how to get into a lady's house.
Okay, Infernal will get you laid.
That should have been the tagline for the movie.
I think that's what evil has chosen means in Latin.
Yeah. Evil has chosen means you will get ass. Wow. Get Infernal.
And you'll get this copy unless this guy doesn't steal it first.
Oh, wow. Well, I guess that's, I guess we might as well introduce him. What a way to do it. Good job, Chuck.
Segue.
So PC you are.
You called me De Fuhrer, and he's calling him a thief.
Well, you know.
Making people feel welcome.
That's how we do it here in the Compadres.
Why did Dale leave?
And you're going to be here a lot now, so just get used to it.
All right.
This very special guest, we're excited to have him. He's got a lot going on. Former WWE superstar for a number of years. Find him on Twitter at JTG1284, on Instagram at JTG121084. His brand new book titled Damn! Why Did I Write This Book? Is coming out very, very soon this week.
Tomorrow,
meaning if you're listening to this, it's today. He is JTG, baby.
Shoot. Actually, by like my own introduction, I hope I don't, offend you.
Okay.
Hold on real quick.
Do it.
Yo.
Yeah.
Yo. It's your boy JTG, a.k.a. Mr. Walking Furnace, because I stays with the heat. Now, when I say stay with the heat, I don't mean a burner or a gun. I mean, I walk with heat, like the backstage turn.
Which is why you have a book.
Exactly. The whole book is focused on heat.
Wow. But the thing is, though, what I find fascinating about your career, like you stayed with the company for so long. I mean, I imagine you had to mind your P's and Q's at some to keep the job, right?
Yeah, but for some reason, he'd always found me.
Wow.
I'm going to tell you what. The day the JTG, how long he's been employed counter, was taken down off the internet was a sad day.
It was.
That was very sad.
It was a very sad day, okay?
I'll tell you what, though. I mean, you had a hell of a run, and I say let's. Yeah. I mean, look, how many people can hang in with that company for 8 years?
Yeah, I still try to figure out how I pull that off. Yeah.
That's amazing. And the best part about it is you had such a great sense of humor about the whole thing.
Oh, yeah. Hey, man, it's life.
Yeah.
Just enjoy it. I don't like to get stressed out by the little things.
What was your tweet the morning you got released? It was, damn, why'd I pick up my phone?
That's why.
Exactly.
The book is, damn, why'd I read this book?
So
and I still get favorites and retweets off that comment. I'm like, it's still on your timeline? How did that happen?
Yeah, sometimes you'll get a favorite from like 3 years ago. You're like, what is that person doing with their life? How are they looking at those tweets?
They're really catching up.
Yeah. That's pretty much.
Got out of that coma and they're like, whoa, Twitter? All right.
That was the toilet bowl like. When you're on the toilet, that's
That
it right there.
explains why a tweet from 3 years ago I had like from you the other day.
Could have been. Wait, me?
You was on the toilet?
Oh, maybe. I ain't saying my
You're going
business.
through your own feed and favoriting your own.
Yeah, that's what I do, Sky. Yes, I go through while I'm on the toilet. I don't have a toilet book to read, so I read my Twitter timeline
That is not your leg.
from the years past. Well, let's mention the book right away. Let's talk about it because it's going to be a fascinating book. It's an ebook.
Mm-hmm.
So tell us a little bit about it, and then we can move on.
Like I said before, the book focuses on heat. For those who don't know what heat is like a black cloud that follows a superstar after a personal conflict with another superstar or with a group of individuals. Mm-hmm. And within my career with the WWE, I was there for 8 years. Shad and I had a lot of heat. We were over with the audience. The crowd loved us. Fans loved us.
But he wasn't there nearly as long.
No. He didn't make it. He had way more heat than me. He shouldn't need to write a book. But some of the heat that I got was heat by association, and I did some stuff. I take responsibility. I did some inappropriate and irresponsible things in my career that I should have been fired for. And you're gonna have to read the book to find those things out.
Mm-hmm. All right, so it comes out obviously today. Where can people find it?
You can find it on PayHip. Damn, why did I write this book? For 1 week and 1 week only. Is going to be for 99 cents.
I can't get over. That's amazing.
Yes, I'm practically giving this book away. 99 cents.
The Reverend Slick is shocked.
And then after that first week, next week Wednesday, it will be for $2.99 on Amazon worldwide.
Okay. So payhip.com this week. And so it's going to be strictly an ebook. People can read wherever, computer, laptop.
Tablets, all that good stuff, yes.
That's awesome. So it is centered around heat and everything that's gone on over the last 8 years of your career. Because a lot of people don't realize.
Also OVW. I got a lot of heat. I could have been sent back home to Brooklyn before I even got a contract.
But you were barely there, though, right? They called you up so fast.
No, I was there for 3 years, busting my ass trying to get a contract. I was working in the daycare at Gold's Gym, and I got the call, and I was ready to leave them kids in the. I'm like, I'm rich. Like,
all right, now
I'm going to Kentucky.
I gotta ask though, if you're writing a book, a lot of your career was spent with Shad. There's gonna have to be some stories in here about Shad.
Oh, definitely.
How does he feel about this? Because knowing you, it's gonna be honest.
Oh yeah, I keep it trill. That's true and
that's real, Scott. That's real.
I'm gonna let you. I got it.
Yeah.
I kept it true, and I told her like, Shad, this book is. I couldn't have write this book without you. I'm just letting you know this right now that I'm this book is about you.
Now knowing Shad,
I'm telling you,
knowing Shad, he probably wants a percentage though.
I told him that I wasn't gonna give give a percentage if I made over $1 million. I lied to him. He'll have to catch me. Be somewhere in the Bahamas. No, but anyway.
But yeah, you spent so much time with them, and your lives were so.
I still spend a lot of time with him. That's my brother. For the past decade, I've known Chad. That's been my big brother. My annoying, obnoxious big brother. Yes.
So yeah, your stories are colliding. Like you shared those lives. So yeah, the stories are going to come out with you guys together, or checking in with them. Like I'm going to tell this story.
And he was like, he said, "Go ahead, man. Go ahead. Go for it."
That's awesome.
Gave me the support.
And what's surprising to me is, a lot of people think you've been with the company so long, they look at you as this like old, wily, like cagey veteran. It's like you just turned 30.
I just turned 30. I got signed when I was 21. I was a kid.
Crazy.
I was so immature and naive. I look back, I'm like, some guys are like just getting out of college. I was on the road going to Europe with friggin', it was just mind blowing.
Were you the youngest one? You had to be.
Yeah.
You and probably Brian, right?
And
Kurt
Cody Rhodes too. He was pretty. Pretty young.
He is still pretty young. He's like barely 32.
Yeah.
Jesus.
But what a great way to do it, though, when you're young. And
I wanted to get it out the way when I was young. My body could take it. Like, not if I was getting to the business now, holy I can't curse on here, right?
Well, you can say whatever you want, man.
Okay, shit. I had to get into it when I was young. Plus, I was so passionate and I loved it so much. My mom was a big wrestling fan and she supported me. You can't do this on your own. If you want to be a professional, anything, you need a team. You need somebody behind you supporting you.
You do. And so when did you decide to get into it? Because you mentioned you were signed at 21 in OVW, but 3 years prior, so basically right out of high school, you started training?
Right out of high school, I went to train on my birthday. The first time I got into wrestling was on my 18th birthday. I didn't even tell my trainer. I didn't want to take it easy. I wanted to know. I hit them ropes, and that first night I could not sleep. Right under my armpit.
Your ribs were bleeding.
Yeah, oh gosh, I had so many welts. And then you just built up you just get used to it.
The callus, right?
Yeah, you just get used to it.
The scar tissue builds up. It gives you wings.
Oh man.
You just get used to it. And then when I was 19, I moved to Louisville. Shad, he gave me my first apartment. I was sleeping I was staying at a motel, and Shad, gave me my first apartment. He was like, "Hey, I'm moving out of here. Why don't you take over the lease?"
Was he already?
He was already there
at OVW.
Yeah, he was already there.
Okay.
Yeah, he pretty much got he was in Tough Enough. He tried out for Tough Enough. He got picked for the show, and then something happened. I can't remember exactly right off the top of my head. And then he went down to OVW. He kept pursuing it.
And so what year are we talking? Like the 04? Like the year that Miz was on? That Tough Enough, maybe?
No, he was on there with, was it Morrison? He was on there with Morrison?
He was on there with Morrison,
a buddy of mine from high school was a finalist on that Tough Enough.
Okay.
He didn't win. Obviously, Morrison won, and Capitelli is his name.
Yeah.
They won. He was one of the finalists, and then he ended up busting his ankle up like 6 weeks later, and he was like, "Yeah, the wrestling's not for me." He was a running back in college, already tore both knees up and had multiple surgeries, and I think he realized, like, now he's a strength and conditioning coach doing great for Lehigh University, but after that, he's like, "There's no way I can handle wrestling." It's brutal.
Yeah, it is very brutal. Top of with working out, getting beat up in the ring, and traveling. Yeah.
Wow.
All those will take a toll on your body.
So Shadow's already living in Louisville. How did you guys know each other?
We got introduced to each other. We actually, the first time I met Shad was through Elijah. There was a show there, and Elijah Burke, who took me under his wing as soon as I got there.
And it was a bromance at first sight.
It was bromance at first sight.
What is he up to?
I don't know. We stay in contact.
He's so damn good, and
he's very good. Had a lot of talent. Heat. Heat. Exactly what it was.
I guess.
He needs to write a book also.
He really should. I mean, I love everything he's done. His character as the Pope, I thought, was great.
Very charismatic.
Yeah.
And very creative in the ring with his moveset.
It's dumbfounding to me that we don't see him on some kind of national poster.
A lot of superstars that you love that you don't see anymore, it's all because of heat, and I break it down in the book.
And not all heat is justified.
No, sometimes you don't. It could be innocent, a misunderstanding.
Rumors
sometimes
and just weird stuff, right?
So it's like high school.
Yeah,
and little catty girls.
Yeah, heat is it's like cooties for grown ass men. That's exactly what it is. Really? And sometimes you don't even know. You'll never find out what you did. You could be wandering.
Sometimes you don't even know that you did something.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And somebody tells you a couple of weeks, that person don't like you. Like, what did I do?
Oh man.
You had heat with him. Like, what? I was saying hi to him like 2 days ago. Like, what?
The way you said hi though. It's just the eye contact.
Yeah, and the way you passed him the spoon at catering, he didn't like it.
Yeah.
And he buried you, and he told some lie.
You took the wrong bun.
Was there ever anybody in the locker room or anybody on the higher ups that was just always really logical with that stuff? Like, come on, just talk it out or deal with it.
You don't have to call the name out, but you know.
Yeah. But we're those type of people that like, I don't buy into this. Like, it's fine.
You try not to, but it's just the system. It's just that's how it's ran there. You can't go against the system. It's like that's the way it is.
I mean, if you go against the system, what are you gonna have?
Exactly.
You're gonna have heat.
The culture's ingrained, and you kind of have to, I guess, learn to play by certain rules, I guess, or just learn to become really good at
Go
putting
ahead,
on a
Johnny.
front.
You know you wanted to say learn to play the game.
You wanted to.
Yeah, I guess you gotta learn.
I put that in my book. I had to put that in there. Yeah, you just have to play the game.
Wow. And so you, on a whim, you moved to Louisville just in the hopes of being close to OVW, right?
Yeah, I moved specifically for OVW. Yeah, but I was trying to avoid moving to Louisville, Kentucky, because that was just a culture shock for me. It's like I'm born and raised in Brooklyn, New York, and then I moved to Memphis first because I had family there. I was taking the Greyhound bus from Memphis to Louisville because it wasn't such a long bus ride, and the bus ride kept breaking down, and
yikes.
I was being late for class. My trainer pulled me to the side. Look, you have a lot of potential, you have a lot of charisma, personality, everything you need to get to where you want to go, but if you keep coming late to class, it's not going to happen. You're going to have to move here. I'm like, damn.
In Memphis, that's a good 3-4 hours.
Yeah. Okay. Then because at first it was from Memphis, and then I moved back home, and then it was from New York to Louisville. I did that for a few weeks, and that's when he told me that. And then I just moved there. And I lived in a hotel for the motel for 2 or 3 months, and then that's when Shad gave me his apartment.
Wow, so you were really living by strings at that point.
Yeah, I
financially.
for some reason, in the back of my head, I just knew I was going to be a WWE superstar. I just knew it. It's like I didn't give myself a plan B. I'm not saying that works for everybody, but I did not give myself a plan B.
You should see some of the Tough Enough videos. That does not always work. My God.
That Marquee Extreme though.
Yo, Marquee Extreme, he's got charisma, and that Skeeter Skyflyer. I mean,
he's not gonna make it. No. Marquee Extreme.
They're a pretty good duo.
Oh yeah, but Skeeter doesn't have a chance.
All right, I'm just saying. Some of the Tough Enough videos, I hope they have
check them out. Are they entertaining?
Oh, they're showing them every week. I mean, we get a lot of them sent to us.
Lucky
I did a Tough Enough video. I don't know if they could find it.
Did you?
Yeah, it's pretty embarrassing. I hope they don't find it and show it. But yeah,
you were a teenager though, so what the hell?
I was at OVW. How old was I? Yeah, I was 18 or 19. I did an OVW video in my buddy's living room.
Well, I'm sure it's equally as great as some of these 40 and 50-year-olds that have been making their Tough Enough videos.
Oh man,
it's like, well, I don't work out.
Yeah,
I don't eat right, and I don't really understand what goes on, but I'm ready.
But I hate John Cena, and I want to whoop his ass.
And my cholesterol has gone down. My cholesterol's gone down a little bit in the last couple of weeks.
Because I got my foot cut off. But, you know, I'm ready to go.
Man, I hope they have planned CND, some of the videos. Because, honestly, some of the videos of people are great. It's like, I was a fitness competitor, I was a gymnast, I was an acrobat, I was a football star. Those, it's like, yeah.
And for some of them, I wish their parents would have, used Plan B.
Damn, Chuck. But yeah, then other videos you're watching, some people are funny on purpose. Other ones you're watching, you're like, no way.
Please get invited.
You know what I want to see as a character on WWE that hasn't been done? I want to see a comedian. Get in the ring, and I love to see them.
Don't get started because you're gonna get Johnny's head over here.
It happened for Andy Kaufman. He did a damn good job.
It's true.
He made a good payday.
To the day he died, him and Lawler still sold it. Even after he died, Lawler still cut a promo on him because Kaufman was like, "When I die, do not let this go."
That was great.
And if you watch Lawler's first interview after Kaufman, well, I guess he died. Some people think he's alive. I don't know. But Lawler was like, "I never liked him." Like, it's just he still kayfabed it. It was brilliant.
What a heel.
Yeah, it was so great. But no, I would not mind getting my ass kicked. That'd be great. But yeah, so Tough Enough. We went off a tangent. Oh, so back to OVW. So you're down there. You're working for a couple of years in a daycare. You're training on your own. Obviously, you're getting in front of them. Mm-hmm. Who finally? Hold
on. Back up. They trusted you around kids?
Yeah, man. I mean, I don't
what the fuck?
The parents, they were kind of, I think I was pretty muscular back then because I was training much, much harder.
There you go.
When you're hungry, I was very muscular, and I was picking up their kid. Hey, you go, your kid, yeah. And he was like,
peanut butter sandwiches all day.
Yeah, so yeah, I got a little side eyes, but I didn't care. I was working there so I could pretty much get a free workout. Yeah, I worked there so I didn't have to pay the gym membership.
Were you telling the kids I'm going to be a superstar?
Smart.
Were you telling the kids like I'm going to be a WWE superstar?
Yeah, they took some bumps in the nursery.
Okay.
you go.
Took some bumps.
Throwing them in the. Is there a ball pit? I don't know how nurseries work. Get in the ball pit, kid. Go down the slide.
We talk about OVW. Oh, before I teamed up with Shad, I was with Abraham Washington. I don't know if you guys remember him. He was Primetime Players.
Manager. Speaking of Heat.
Yeah, speaking of Heat. Just a little bit.
He might know something about that.
I mean, I don't know if he was fired because of that one comment, but I will say that was a dumb thing to say. Not because of it being politically incorrect, just because that incident with Kobe happened like 5 years ago. It's like, dude, that's so outdated. Come up with something new.
And I think
that's
if he had left it right there and didn't have that backlash after that, I think he would have been back. He had so much talent and charisma. He was so great on the mic. Oh man, he was so great on the mic.
That's why I don't know why he said it. It's like, you can come up with something better than that.
He could come. I wish he didn't do that because I definitely would have seen him back on the road.
And then he really went nuts on internet, right?
Oh yeah. That was my tag team partner. To be honest, he's the one who came up to me. He called me. He was looking for a tag team partner, and at the time I was like pretty much like the top of my class. And he's like, "Hey man, I want to team with you. I got this idea for a gimmick. We should wear bulletproof vests and chains and get grills and just go all out and rock Timbs." And I'm like, I don't know. It sounds very stereotypical.
Yeah, a little bit.
I'm trying to be. I just want to wear tights and it's like that's not gonna sell, man. We trying to get contracts. Right? I was like, yeah. So this is the gimmick that's gonna get us there. I'm like, all right, I'll try it.
Were you wrestling in Timbs?
Yeah, we wrestled in Timbs.
Ooh, that's got to be uncomfortable, man.
I got used to it, and I had to get used to it pretty quick.
That's not a lot of ankle support. Your Achilles might be. I don't know.
Yeah, well, I never got injured or hurt with the Timbs, so I was lucky. But he came up with the idea that we did a talent show, and we blew the roof off. We blew the roof off the talent show, and some of the other top contract talent that was under contract at OVW, they went back and told the trainer, I believe it was Al Snow, like, you gotta take a look at these guys. They got a lot of.
And there you go. That answers one of our listeners' questions too.
Yeah, we did have a listener's question from Not Ryan Stegerwald on Twitter. He said, "Whose idea was Crime Time?" So technically,
I'll give it to Abraham Washington. I want to take all credit for it. Yeah, Abraham Washington.
And then
his name was Dirty, Durty.
Of course it was. Dirty. From Atlanta, gotta be.
Miami. Close enough.
From the 805. So you guys did this, and then. What's the truth? Like, because you weren't in OVW very long, so I guess word got to Stanford, and they were just like blown away by it, and they brought. How did you and Shad end up?
Okay, so Abraham Washington had some issues, and he was done with wrestling. I was left by myself. So I was doing the gimmick by myself. I was called Neighbor Hoodie. That name was given to me by Paul Heyman.
Paul Heyman gave you a great shot.
Oh man, if it wasn't Paul Heyman, I don't know how far I would have gotten. So I could say I'm kind of like I'm a Heyman guy.
I love Paul Heyman.
Thank you,
best.
Paul. He put me and Shad together after Shad had a title segment with CM Punk at OVW. They had a good storyline, and then after that it was like, what's next for Shad? And then they put me and him together. And I was doing nothing. I thought I was thinking about quitting because I was on the sidelines for a long time. And then all of a sudden, we're gonna put you and Shad together. And then okay, cool. And I was on TV. Like when you're in the amateur class, you have hopes to being on local TV. And then I got that the next week. And then the week after that, they gave Shad and I the tag team titles, and it was all happening so fast.
Whoa.
Me and Shad got the tag. I'm like, oh shit.
Because OVW has had a TV show every week.
Yeah, right? Every week, and everybody's fighting to get on that show.
And how
only an hour long, and there was so much talent there.
And where did it air? Was it just in
the Kentucky area, Louisville area? Yeah.
I remember my brother bought me some of the DVDs because it was such a hot show at the time, and everybody was coming up, and there was all that buzz, and it's just like seeing the next crop of guys.
There was a lot of talent, man.
A lot of talent, Lord. And a lot of them you didn't see because
wasn't that at the same time ODB was there?
ODB was there.
Santino.
Yep.
Sandow.
I didn't even, speaking of Heat, did you hear about the story with him and Cornette? I thought that was the end of his career right there.
Which one?
He got slapped. Yeah, he laughed at the Boogeyman. He got slapped.
Wait, who laughed at the?
Well, down in OVW, Santino Marella, he laughed at the Boogeyman. Boogeyman's supposed to be taken serious because he was like a monster. He had
right.
Was he just still doing the worms? And really? This is how many years ago?
This was what?
Man, that had to be 10, 12 years ago.
Yeah, 10, 11 years ago.
Wow.
And, Santino, like, he was kind of new. He was a little green, and he kind of, like, laughed off, like, this
guy.
And then I was on court on camera, and, like, since he's part of the talent, he's supposed to, like, sell it. Like,
Oh, yeah.
he got his ass slapped. And then I'm like, oh, he's done. Like, I thought he was done. But now he's, shit, I think Santino's a future Hall of Famer.
Just for everything he does, even outside the ring.
Oh, yeah, everything he does outside the ring.
And Santino's another one of those guys
He's a
where
great guy. I love Santino.
He's an awesome person, but he's an even better wrestler.
Yeah.
And no one will ever know that because they never let him. They never let him show that. They always had him do some, funny but gimmicky stuff for the kids.
Yeah, and I didn't help either with that because my last match was with him, and I believe the reason why I never got called back on the road because of the Cobra Cell that he gave me. The Cobra Cell that I did. If you haven't seen the Cobra Cell, you have to go on YouTube and type in JTG Cobra Cell.
I think
I think that was the nail in the coffin.
How did you sell it? Tell us.
I sold it like $1 million. I sold it like I got Venom.
Okay, are we talking like Shawn Michaels versus Hulk Hogan level of selling? Like just overdoing it?
No, you're gonna have to give me my own category
Wow.
for this type of sell.
Wow.
Because I wrestled Santino. I've taken the Cobra 3 times, and I always try to outdo myself. So this last one, I said, you know what? I'm going for the gusto, and I stiffed up. I almost got foam coming out the mouth. And I was shook. I did the Harlem shit going down.
You had venom running through your body.
I had venom running through my body, and
I bet Santino loved every second.
Oh,
of it.
he loved it, and I got a standing ovation when I got back. It was like it was the perfect last match. I didn't know it. They didn't know it, but when I got backstage, my peers gave me a standing. Clap. Was like, oh man, that's
You know who knew it? Triple H knew it.
Oh yeah.
Wait, I think I found it. I think I actually found it. Well, I see one. Was it 2013? You think?
Yes, that was it.
Okay.
Can we pull this up on the screen? Is that doable?
Here it is. JTG sells the Cobra. Let's see if this is the one.
I sold that bad boy like a boss.
Well, he doesn't have it on the Cobra.
There you go. That's it right there.
Santina trying to battle back. Catching the boot. On target.
Dude, that's so awesome.
And that was the nail in the coffin.
Why would they not like that?
I got so much heat for that.
What?
I'm surprised the ref didn't put the X up.
I should have got the X up. Bring the stretches out.
Here's my question. You're supposed to be a great seller as a wrestler. Why? What did they want you to do? Just fall down and pass out?
I don't know. I mean, it's a freaking puppet snake.
You know why, JTG?
Heat. And you can find out all about it. Damn, why did I write this book?
Out today.
Less than $1.
Yeah.
Less than $1.
For 1 week only.
Yes.
1 cent under $1.
And then less than $3.
1 cent less than $3.
Yeah.
All right. I feel like we're like the two dudes on the Muppets. Those two old guys, Waldorf and Stutzman. What's his name?
Statler.
There it is.
I feel like we would have fit in great as like token white guys in the crime time gimmick, hawking stuff to the crowd with them.
That would have been great. We could have been your employees.
That would have been great.
Paid under the table.
Employees. Speaking of employees.
Go right ahead.
No, we're not going to get into that. No,
The floor is yours, sir.
I'm not an employee. I wasn't an employee. I was an independent contractor.
All right, listen.
Aren't we all?
We're talking about the book again for a second. Now, I heard there was a story that happened between you and Shad at a signing.
Oh dear God.
And I don't know if it made the book or not. Or
the signing. You talk about a meet and greet?
The meet and greet.
Oh, okay.
The meet and greet. Did this story make the book?
No, it didn't make the book, but I'll tell you. I was going to put it in part 2, but since you want to pull it out of me, I'll go ahead and tell you.
Pull it out of you.
It's a preview. It's a preview of part 2.
Yeah, we know part 2's coming, so that's all right.
So Shad and I was requested to do a meet and greet, and it was a lady and her. It was a bunch of kids. It was a bunch of kids, and it was a lady with her baby.
Oh boy.
So I took the baby. I held the baby. Oh, my baby, take a picture of the baby. I took a picture of the baby. Everything was good. Yeah, everything was great. And then Shad took the baby, and the baby started crying. And
was he in beast mode when he took the baby?
No, he wasn't in beast mode. No. He was calm and relaxed. And then he said he gives the baby back to the mother and said, "Ma'am, your baby's a racist." and walks off. That was one of the most awkward moments in my life. I can't say it was the most awkward moment in my life because there's so much more awkward moments in the book.
Especially because the baby was black. Or maybe not. I don't know.
How did his mother react to
She didn't know how to react. It was just like
she's holding it like this, the arms out like.
She's like, he knows. Yeah. How does he already know?
They're not supposed to understand things yet.
Oh man, and I don't think we did too much meet and greets after that.
I was gonna ask, do you think
was Shad serious or was he joking?
He was joking. He was joking.
But do you think word got back to?
Everything gets back to the office.
Oh boy,
everything. Nothing. They don't let nothing slide.
Needless to say, they probably weren't pleased.
So needless to say, JTG had heat from that.
Yeah, of course I got heat for that.
They should be upset they let a racist baby into a meet and greet.
And
That's their fault for letting these racist babies into autograph signings.
Yeah. And this is how the system works in the wrestling business. It wasn't Shad called the baby a racist. It's Crime Time called baby a racist.
Man.
That's how it is. That's the business.
That's such a great...
But you know that getting into it. But you have so much love and passion for the business. You're like, you know what? F it.
It's worth dealing with. I mean, I'm sure the positives, over the 8 years, I'm sure the positives far outweigh the negatives, though. Right? I mean, you were making a good living.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. You know what? Yeah. You're right.
At your age, dude, at your age, my God, him and I are both way older than you. And you're just already at a new phase of your life already. It's incredible.
Yeah, I had a great time.
I'm not saying you're old, Scott. I'm just saying you and I are definitely older than James.
God, my shoulder.
See, I just broke his shoulder. I just broke his humerus. I'm sorry. I know you have osteopenia. I apologize.
Oh, man. Scrabble champion over here.
It's bad bone density. Don't worry about it.
Us young folk don't have to worry about that.
Right. See, look. See how he moves his shoulders, Scott? You'll get there.
Chuck, you're wearing like the oldest shirt. You'd see someone wearing it at Caro's. for like 5 o'clock dinner.
They actually sell it at Dupar's. I don't know.
Who's Caro's?
It's like
a diner.
Coco's.
It's a diner
old
that old folk go to. They have early birds.
I don't know what this is.
They have early bird specials.
Just check your newspaper about it. You'll see. There's a coupon.
So obviously it was. I've imagined Mr. McMahon's idea to bring you guys up to the main roster. Mm-hmm. Did he even? How much did he see you guys before he brought you up, you think?
That's in the book.
Then don't mention it. Then don't mention it.
I'll just give you a little teaser. Well, we were on the road when we got called. Vince McMahon didn't hire us because we were great wrestlers. I'll tell you that right after. But he didn't hire us because he saw us wrestling and was like, oh, these guys are good. He saw us. He saw one of our vignettes. Ooh. He saw the vignettes from OVW, and he was like, hire them. That is hilarious. They're entertaining. Bring them up.
Boom.
And we got signed off the vignettes. And then we got on the road.
A lot more vignettes.
We started doing a lot more vignettes. Like we came up with the whole. Not the look of Crime Time, but Shad and I came up with pretty much the characters, and then we just got some production behind it. We came up with the videos about going to the smoothie shop and robbing it. That was my idea. Shad came up with the idea of giving the guy at the ATM a big boot, and they put some money behind it and they blew us up.
You know what it reminded me of, and I imagine you maybe watched this when you were a kid. And Living Color is my favorite show of all time, and the Homeboy Shopping Network was.
You got that from
Okay, because it kind of reminded me. It's like there's just this random background, and they're clearly like the one background. There was the back of a pickup truck, and they just pulled shit out of the pickup truck and were selling it to you.
Oh yeah, we did some of those segments.
Nice. That was funny.
But that's awesome in the beginning that you had so much
creativity and control. Yeah, and they let us have fun.
Yeah,
so what happened?
And that's what happened. We had a lot of creative control, and that's why we was able to get over in the beginning because we were just being ourselves and having fun.
So who did Shad start getting heat with?
The question is, who did he not get heat with, and who did we? I can't say him. We,
yeah,
because we're a team. We're joined at the hip. I heard that so many times. He's like, there's no Shad, there's no JTG. You guys are Crime Time. Same thing when we got fired. The head of talent relations like, I can't just fire you.
I was just gonna ask that. You guys were gone for like a 6-month period. A lot of people didn't realize. They just thought you were off TV, but you actually got released.
You got fired. Yeah, they released us of our contracts.
And I imagine imagine there's the book probably explains why.
Oh yeah.
But then you both got brought back relatively quick.
Yeah, really quick. I didn't know it was gonna be that quick.
So it's kind of like a slap on the wrist, like don't mess up again.
Yeah, they just had to make an example out of us. That's what I was told. He's like, don't you guys go around thinking you could do what you want to do and put referees and bump referees. And I was like, okay. I was kind of glad for that 6 months vacation because I was getting paid for 3 months, and then I got a video game check. It was like, oh, I went on a cruise to Trinidad.
Man, you're like 24. You're like, oh, I got money. Let's do this.
Getting fired is amazing.
The rent was like $300, so I was like, oh.
I can imagine.
It was a good.
How'd you like Louisville? Did you get used to it after a while?
I actually like Louisville. That was with my college years. You know, some people brag, I went to college and I slept with so many chicks and blah, blah, blah. I did it on a more grander scale. I had my own apartment. You know, had my own car. I had I just had a ball. I had a ball.
Yeah.
I had a ball in Louisville. I enjoyed it.
Nice.
So I would have moved back though, but I go to visit. You know, I wish I could have went to Derby this past weekend.
Oh yeah, that was this weekend.
Yeah.
It kind of got overshadowed by everything else going on.
Oh yeah, the Mayweather holiday.
A little bit. Holiday. Yeah, the fight of the century. It was.
By century, it's just $100.
Yeah, it was $100 of your money.
Yeah.
I'm really glad I didn't spend the money on that fight.
You know what's funny? People say pro wrestling is predictable. That Mayweather fight was more predictable than any pay-per-view I've seen in years. I knew exactly what was going to happen, and that's exactly what happened.
I'm blaming Pacquiao. It's Pacquiao's fault. We all knew what Mayweather was going to do. He's been doing it for so many years, and he's undefeated. Why would he change his technique? It was Pacquiao's
fight to win.
Yeah, fight to win. I'm the champion. You got to beat me.
That's true. I would have liked to see him be more aggressive. Now it's coming out. He needs rotator cuff surgery and all this crap.
Cut it out.
Exactly. One of our Twitter listeners wants to know, you guys came close to winning tag team gold on a couple of occasions, but it never happened. They want to know, like, do you guys know were there ever any plans for you guys to get the straps? Or
Two times we were penciled to be tag team champions.
Okay. Pre or post first release?
One I put in the book. This is post release. Okay. One I put in the book. The other one, there might be a part 2 if part 1 does well.
There should be a part 2.
Yeah, because I have a lot more stories, but I didn't want to make the book.
Who'd you have the heat with that caused you not to get the titles?
Oh man, it's in the book.
That's what I want to know.
It's in the book. You know, it was when we were supposed to go to Africa, and they messed up my trip to go to Africa. You know how it is for a brother to go to Africa?
Yeah.
To work and get paid for it?
Johnny, you don't know.
Well, I like how I agree. Like, yeah, man, I've been there.
And then
I was in Africa, though.
You went to Africa?
It's not my motherland, but yeah, I was in Ethiopia.
Yes, Johnny, you can associate with the fight of the black man going to Africa. Look at you. You're white as Wonder Bread over there.
Yeah, but I was in Ethiopia.
Oh, good for you.
I did shows for the troops, and I was in Ethiopia, and I hung out with the locals a little bit, and but I still can't. I don't necessarily relate. I'm gonna stop talking.
So we were supposed to go to Africa, and when we came back, there was a pay-per-view, and I was told that we were supposed to win the tag team titles. But before we could even make it to Africa, we were fired.
The first time.
Yeah. And I think that was done strategically. I think they knew that what they were doing. They were like, oh, they're about to make them tag. We were not ready to give up these titles. We were going to do everything in our power.
So you got fired before you got to take your trip?
Oh, yeah. I was already packed.
Who was
I went and got the sockets.
At the time?
Let's get into Murdoch.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, all the details are in the book.
I'm looking forward, because I don't know what this story is, but I've heard you guys mention it. I'm looking forward to reading about that, because whatever went down between...
Damn. Why did I write this book?
I could take a guess. Just going.
I would just say
they put the book. And not only did they still lost the titles, they just lost them to somebody else.
Right. I'm just saying, but there was an issue with you guys and them personally. Mm-hmm. I imagine was it something similar to what the baby, the racist baby? Not quite.
Nah, this was more them. They were haters.
Got it.
There's a lot of hating going on. We just came in and we got over relatively quick, and that happens to a lot of new talent in there. When you come in there and you get over pretty quick without even pretty much trying. I mean, we tried, but it can look simple. You're gonna get heat.
So, like you're talking about with your vignettes, success sounds like it's immediately threatening to everybody else.
Exactly.
Like you do well, and then people are like, well, "I don't like this," rather than being supportive of, "Hey,
What,
cool,
supportive?
man." Well, I know that's what's crazy.
Supportive, this guy.
I know, right?
Well, did you find yourself doing that too? Were there guys coming in and you're like...
I never felt threatened. I always knew that I had a lot of charisma and personality, and I wasn't just gonna get over on my wrestling skills or ability, because that didn't, to me, in my mind, my opinion, that didn't get a wrestler over. It was more of their talent. It was more of their personality and charisma, and I had a lot of that. And I got to show it, but I never really got to show it how I wanted to present it to the WWE universe.
It's a great point, because this is before, the rise of CM Punk, the rise of Daniel Bryan, where guys really let their in-ring skill shine. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Back then it was still more character based, if you will. So exactly. You were smart enough that, and there was really no one else like you guys on the roster, so it was smart to find a way to do that so fast. But I can see why that would piss people off.
Oh yeah.
Jealousy's an ugly thing, and it happens in all form of entertainment.
And then also, a lot of the I want to clear this up. A lot of the fans, they just think I was sitting backstage not doing nothing. I mean, it came to a point where it was like that after I tried so much. I threw so much shit at the wall and nothing stuck.
Kicking ideas around.
And there was one idea that Vince really loved, but it never saw the light of day. I was going to do something new and groundbreaking that's never been done before. That would have been really out the box. I was going to introduce a Muppet to the WWE universe, only that the WWE universe could see. That looked just like me. He looked just like me. He would have been JTG with the volume turned up. Very an insulting Muppet that only the WWE universe could see, and the backstage wrestlers cannot see. So it's kind of like my how would you say it?
Your conscience.
Right,
yeah,
so
your subconscious.
So he could be sitting here right now insulting you and you wouldn't know.
You're right. There's a backstage segment between like Orton and somebody, and the puppet's like just talking whatever, and we can hear it, but they have no idea what's going on. Exactly. Oh my God, it's awesome.
But I pitched the idea of it. Oh, I love it. Do this and blah, blah, blah.
Is that where the idea for, I know you and Gabe have the line of the wrestling buddy dolls or whatever. Is that where it came from?
Oh no, it came from that. Well, we're gonna talk a little bit more about that. But
okay.
The reason why that never saw the light of day, you want to know why? You're gonna have to read the book.
Yeah, read the book.
Yeah, why did I write this?
And I do want to show this one meme that came up, because when you got released, you had a great sense of humor about it. All the memes were coming up. You saw all of them. I think my favorite one, Steven, if we can show it, it's the one that says JTG, then, now, forever. It's a picture of you with your grill. I think we got it. Hopefully, he'll bring it up at some point.
Okay.
But our viewers will be able to see it. But I don't know what your favorite one was. That one was, that cracked
I like some of the gifs. There was a Simpson one that I really liked. With Mr. Burns, he was firing people. He was saying, fire him, and then he got to my picture and he said, no, who's that? I enjoyed that one.
I gotta see that. Another question from one of our listeners: is there one match? It's probably hard to say one.
Hey, look,
there it is. Then, now, forever.
Forever, baby.
That is amazing.
That smile.
That does not look comfortable.
I got those grills stolen at the airport.
Ew.
Somebody stole my grill.
What airport?
I think this was in Louisville.
That's a shady airport.
You'll be able to spot them.
Right. What the hell are you going to sell those for? Is there one match that really stood out, like maybe the strap match at Extreme Rules, or anything that you could think of?
The match that stood out to me in my career is the Staples Center. I had all my great memories there. That's the arena where I had my TV debut, and that is the arena where I got a tag team title shot. And I worked Chris Jericho and Big Show, and working those two, we really had to step our game up. Not just in the ring, but promo wise, and how you carry yourself. Is like you're working Chris Jericho and Big Show for the tag team titles at SummerSlam.
Oh yeah, Jericho.
At SummerSlam. It was the greatest. And I don't tell a lot of people this, but when I got to the arena, me and Abe was talking. We was just reminiscing, because we started from all the way in OVW, and we came a long way. And we're there together, and we're standing looking at the whole set. It's like, yo, we actually here at the WWE. We're at WWE, and we're freaking at SummerSlam. You got a title shot tonight, and I almost teared up. My eyes got watered up, and I'm like, man, if I wasn't such a gangster right now, I'd be crying right now. But I sucked it back in.
Stay hard.
Stay hard.
I was trying hard.
Diamond cheers coming
Almost
out.
cried. I didn't know, and at that point, I didn't. We didn't know who's gonna win. We the talent. We don't know if we're gonna win or lose. The day of, we find out later on.
They really hold you.
Yeah, they hold you. Yeah. So the agents came up to me and was like, okay, I'm having my fingers crossed behind my back. They're like, yeah, so what's the finish of the match? Oh yeah, Jericho over, finish on you, JTG. And I'm like, oh, okay, cool, yeah, sounds good.
I ain't gonna cry though. Not gonna cry. Damn.
And yeah, we didn't win it that night.
But SummerSlam, though, I mean,
still, that's just to be on that card against them. Like
just to be on the card and then doing all the red carpet events in LA.
And especially for them, it's like that's a major pay-per-view, and it was in a major city. That's just double whammy right there.
And against major players.
Heck yeah.
You know, guys that have been around forever.
Those are 2 Hall of Famers.
Yeah.
So what's your plans now? Do you have any interest? Obviously, the book is going to be great. Do you have any interest in continuing wrestling? I guess you'll take bookings maybe, or is there, what else?
I'll take bookings. You know, I'll take bookings, but I'm not really. Like I said before, I love wrestling, but I'm not in love with it right now. Mm-hmm. You know, I knew that when I watched WrestleMania. Nothing was wrong with WrestleMania. WrestleMania was a great show, great ending. Some of the talent there.
I mean, no, you got
Seth Rollins, what an amazing talent.
Seeing Bray on there, that's your buddy.
Oh, Bray Wyatt. I love his character. So this
amazing.
That's my boy behind the scenes, and I'm so glad for his success, and I wish him more, man. That's another future Hall of Famer.
Yeah.
The show was great all around, and then after I watched it, I knew right then and there. I was like, you know what? I usually after I watch WrestleMania, I'm like, man, you get motivated. Like, yeah, I'm gonna hit the gym. I'm gonna come up with some more ideas. You know, I'm gonna get back on TV. And like after, I was like, man, good for them.
Yeah.
I was like, good for them. I don't want no parts of that. I'm fine.
What's great though is you're still so young, and you didn't really get beat up too bad over the years, to where anytime you want to jump back in, you can. Yeah. Which is great.
I'm healthy. I'm in great shape.
Nice.
You know,
you have a promising rap career that started today on the street.
On the streets.
Wait a minute, what?
Some lady asked us, are you a rapper?
Oh no! Like just by looking at you.
And then she wanted to take a selfie with.
And she took a selfie with me.
With myself, Scott, and Jay. You know?
What is this? Right outside. You gotta be shitting me.
You can't make this up.
And Chuck would have been like, "Yes, I'm his attorney."
Took a selfie with a random woman. Yeah. Wow. I do a lot of those.
So she thinks she got a picture with some rapper.
A woman that drives up in that nice Mercedes like that, you know what? She could take any picture she wants with me.
Yeah.
Chuck tried to get in the car.
He tried to get her tamales. She had tamales.
Oh yeah, she had tamales.
Yeah, she did.
That's the weirdest combination. I have tamales. Are you a rapper? Selfie. See ya.
Okay.
Such an odd. We got one. I know you guys got to take off. We got one final question here, and I think this is a fun one. This is from. Oh my God, this guy clearly is not from America. His name is Zerosif Fivish Savensky. What do you think would have happened with the McMahon limo explosion, given it was seen to fruition because of those Benoit circumstances?
Ooh, you said the B word.
Look, hey, you know, we keep it real on the show.
I asked myself that question too. I had no idea where that was going. I don't even think they knew where that was going. You know, I really wanted to. Backstage, you want to ask certain questions, like you want to pull a writer aside or an agent, and be like, hey, where are they going with that whole death storyline?
Yeah,
but you're afraid to ask because.
Well, it makes you wonder. By now, you would think almost all those writers during that time are probably gone. Mm-hmm. So I'm surprised no writers have come out and actually talked about that.
They need to, because I would love to know where the hell where that was going.
Well, as you know, in wrestling, a lot of times you don't know anything until an hour before, so maybe they didn't know.
Yeah, I don't think they knew either. That's a good question. I wish we could get the answer for that.
That was a very good question.
Maybe in part 2 of the book.
Maybe part 2 of the book. Maybe if
part 2 limousine.
When I died.
No.
When I died, that was one of the questions I asked God.
Listen, we already got the title for part 2 of JTG's book. You want to lay it on them all? No. Or should we save it for them?
Save it for them.
I think we should save that.
I have an idea. So get more hype about the book, and it's not asking for stories, but I'm going to throw out some names, and if they're in the book, let people know that they can then hear a story about this person.
Okay, I'm going to do a silly, goofy laugh if they're in the book.
That's fair. Okay. That's fair.
Well, yeah, just to entice people so they know, like, oh,
Vince
I get to hear.
McMahon.
Hang on, Scott. Before you begin, let me get something going here.
Sure.
Because I'm going to help JTG along with his responses. Let's see. Here we go. All right, so Scotty, whenever you're ready, you can ask him.
Okay. The Hardy Boys.
No.
Okay. John Cena.
Your beard is a little sideways.
Triple H. Stephanie McMahon. Shane McMahon. Big Show. Chris Jericho. Yep. Vince McMahon. These are big ones. If you guys got some too, throw them out there.
Wow. You named a whole bunch already.
Stone Cold Steve Austin.
No, I'm not messing with that guy.
Undertaker.
He's in there, but he's not a major character. He doesn't. Yeah.
Lance Cade and Trevor Murdoch.
JBL.
Not a big role.
Okay.
He's in there.
John Cena.
Jim Ross.
No. I think we get. I want to keep some of it a mystery.
Those are enough
That's
names.
enough.
So yeah, just trying to figure out, if there's something we hadn't covered yet. So,
Those are more
there's
than enough names.
a bunch of big names in there.
Now, here's my question.
And note to the fans. I don't say names in the book. I give enough. If you're a diehard wrestling fan, you're gonna know who they are. You know?
Okay.
Just in case I don't want to get sued. But yeah, I didn't put any names in the book.
Okay.
Is there my final question about it is for you? Are any of these people, when they read the book, going to be like, "Fuck that guy"?
Of course, I'm looking forward to that. But I became so comfortable in bathing in the heat that I've accomplished for so many years.
Do you think there's going to be some people that are happy that you wrote some of these stories?
Definitely.
Yeah.
Some people want to hear the truth. Some people are going to be very entertained by it. Some people are going to definitely. I know people are going to laugh out loud. I wrote this book specifically for fans to laugh out loud, so they can enjoy it.
I'm taking the JTG challenge. I'm going to keep a running tally of every time I laugh out loud while I read the book.
Yes.
Yeah.
Tag me. Why did you hashtag why did I write this book? Damn, why did I write this book? And put a number next to the LOL.
LOL.
Okay.
134.
Exactly.
LOL.
Exactly. I want to know.
And so please, there's the cover right there. So please make sure you tweet out the link, and we will plug it as much as we possibly can the whole rest of this week.
Thank you.
Because honestly, I think it's a great thing. You had a hell of a long run with WWE. You're still super young. You can do whatever the hell you want now, and you hung in there. You dealt with a lot of stuff.
Oh yeah.
And you had a great sense of humor about
And
the whole
you're
thing.
still dealing with Shad.
That's my homie for life, man.
Yeah.
That deserves 99
Shad,
cents
jokes
or
aside, we love you,
$2.99.
buddy.
It's gonna take a lot to tear us apart,
Oh, Shad's great, man.
Yeah, that's my boy.
He's a good dude to have around when you're when you're pissing people off, I guess. Can't get much more fun than that. But no, we're really proud of you, man, and congratulations. And like I said, you've handled everything so well, because you know how cynical wrestling fans are, and the fact that they could just they can make jokes about you getting released, and you're like, well, no, I'll make jokes about me being released. Like, it was.
You're not gonna have the only. I'm gonna laugh with you guys. Shit.
Yeah. Amen. It is called Damn, Why Did I Write This Book? Find them on Twitter at JTG1284, and it comes out. Well, if you're listening, it's out.
Oh yeah, it's out. Get it. Nice clue.
Go to PayHip. Know what it is?
Yeah, PayHip. Yeah.
PayHip.com, and then next week, 1 week, 99 cents. After that, Amazon worldwide for $2.99. I say you buy it twice.
Yeah, buy it twice. Yeah,
gift it.
Support the movement. This is not just a book. This is a movement.
It is.
Get the word out.
So this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna keep the show rolling. Chuck, you gotta take off. JTG, you gotta take off. It's gonna be me and Narver. We're just gonna keep the show rolling. I'm just gonna hit the music.
Hey, yo, no more Hollywood.
Scott and I are gonna.
Hollywood, and it's crime time.
Yeah.
Thank you guys. I appreciate it.
No problem. Thank you very much for coming in, man. See you guys next week.
Good seeing you, sir.
Scotty and I are gonna man the fort for the rest of the show. We got a lot to talk about. Scotty, that was amazing.
That was a lot of fun.
So much fun. And now we get to close out the show talking about more wrestling.
Oh,
What a novel idea. We're going to talk about more wrestling. It's all free.
It's all free.
Everything we do is free.
What's his charger?
What happened?
He left his charger.
Okay, where's the charger at?
Right there.
Okay, go grab it. Let's get into it. So we got a lot to talk about in about a half hour, Scotty. So let's get down to it.
Okay.
All right, so right now we're less than 2 weeks away from Payback. We now have a fatal four-way for the main event.
Yeah.
How fantastic. That came out of nowhere.
Unexpected.
Really out of nowhere.
And this was the first time last week I had ever had a chance to vote on the WWE app.
Because you were in D.C.
I was in D.C., so I was watching live. I felt very involved.
Okay.
And now I don't at all. Because it's like, well, I made a decision. But actually, what I voted for, God, what did I vote for?
Not the fatal, the three-way?
I didn't vote for the three-way because I'm like, they're telling me to vote for that one.
You're one of the 12%.
I voted for, I think I voted for the rematch between Orton and
fair enough.
Yeah,
I respect.
I'm like,
that.
I want to change up the system.
Well, guess what? The system got changed on Raw.
It didn't matter. Yeah, they just threw Ambrose in. Does it stop there? Are they going to keep throwing guys in there?
I don't think so. Who else can you possibly throw in there?
Well, here's the weird thing about it. Like, okay, there's always weird stuff to complain about in wrestling, and logically you can go, well, what's this about? So, Ambrose was the first guy to do the U.S. Open Challenge.
Yes.
With Cena.
And that was an amazing match.
Amazing match. He didn't get the win, but now he's in the world title shot, and it's within like a month and a half.
And him and Rollins had a hell of a match.
And now he's beat the champion. So he beat the main guy, but he couldn't beat the secondary champion. You know what I mean? It's that weird balance in your head where you go, so he's better than the champ, but he's not better than Cena.
But the way that we can explain this is just Kane trying to ruffle Rollins' feathers.
Attempting to fry his chestnuts.
If you will.
Right. So yeah, I think it's a cool addition. It would have been great if for some reason there could have been more time in between.
Yeah.
So it wasn't just the Cena stuff is still in my mind. But the more those guys, the more these younger guys that do crazier stuff, they all know each other really well, with the exception of Orton maybe, but I think Orton's going to want to hang with them.
Orton can work with anybody, though.
Yeah.
He's great.
So these guys are really going to shake it up. It's a shame this is the first time, I think, that we're seeing all three Shield guys, and that's on the back burner.
Yeah, I didn't even think about that.
That's not the main focus of it.
I'm most excited because of Ambrose. You add, I think I'm like a lot of people. You add Ambrose to any match, I'm automatically invested because he's unpredictable. Whatever he says, that's him. That is his personality. That's his persona. I was okay with the triple threat. Now you throw Ambrose in there, I am way invested for this main event. And I just found it interesting that how Kane found a way to add him. Of course, they got the win, and so now he's in the main event. We don't really know of a lot of other matches. Well, obviously we have Cena and
Rusev again.
Yeah, once again. So that's going down. Cena.
Are you still into this? Are you still into Cena Rusev?
Here's what I find interesting. Cena Rusev is what we're supposed to fixate on, but now we have Lana.
Right.
Playing into the universe, and she was fandangoing last night.
Right. Very odd. And so quick.
So maybe it makes me wonder, and I don't know if it's because of Pitch Perfect 2. Is that why they're trying to... I hope that's not the only reason.
That it's John Cena's favorite movie and he's trying to steal the angle?
Exactly.
I get you.
But maybe that's their way. Okay, so if Cena wins, maybe Lana can cost Rusev the title match, and that'll make him not look as sheepish.
What if Lana ends up with Cena and then corrupts him to the Russian Empire?
Wow, you're really thinking, aren't you?
Then we really finally get our Cena heel turn because he's pro-Russia.
And then he starts speaking with an accent. Wow.
And then Rusev goes back to Bulgaria and he's like, no, hey, everybody, I'm from Bulgaria. It's cool. You don't know about it, so...
What a maneuver!
That'd be something, all right. Get him on the staff. Yeah. So we have that match coming up. We already mentioned that Fandango just got Lana over. That's just that little backstage thing. He comes up to her, just does his creepy thing, and then she started fandangoing. It was so funny watching her enjoy herself, and all of a sudden he screams at her and she just leaves.
It was a weird Raw. Like, they were doing a lot of mashups of stuff that you wanted to see when you like seeing the fun characters. So we're seeing Fandango and Lana interact backstage. On paper, that's normally a very weird thing that they'll never do. But they did it, which is great. And then, as you were mentioning, the U.S. title match, another weird matchup that you didn't think you'd going to see that anytime soon.
Yeah, you're right. Absolutely right.
And the opening of the show, super bizarre.
Oh, New Day was so good. So good.
New Day rocks! New Day rocks! New Day rocks!
How great were they? Just talking smack to Orton and Reigns?
Yeah, the second their music hit, you went, wait, what? You thought it was going to be Triple H, Kane, Seth Rollins, like some just by the numbers. Not at all.
Nope.
Somebody, I want to know who that writer was that go, no. Tonight, weird stuff. We're doing weird things.
And it made for a great episode. From start to finish, it was really good. And New Day is embracing it. In my opinion, they were the stars of the night. Everything they did. That little insert when the Bellas were walking backstage and then it cuts to them celebrating may have been the funniest 5 seconds backstage we've seen in years.
Yeah, they're really, like you said, they're owning it. And it's that sink or swim scenario. We're going to put you out there with the two main guys.
Yeah.
So do something and get that crowd going. and they owned every second of it.
They slammed. And then backstage later on with Kid and Cesaro, they had a moment where like they just refused to back down.
Negativity will not keep us down.
That's right. You know, it's we love seeing it. It's just really, really great stuff. And so I imagine Kid and Cesaro, New Day, that's going to be at Payback as well. It's going to have to be. It's called Payback.
Yeah.
Tamina, back with Naomi.
Yeah.
Well, family, if you will.
Right.
Because technically they're cousins by marriage.
Is that what it is?
I believe it's what it is. I think
Michael Cole show a family tree.
Right. I think Tamina's cousins with an Uso.
That should, you know what? That should be on the WWE app. If you wanna get that app, get those downloads. You get the Samoan family tree that explains everything. You get the Hart family tree.
Wow.
Explaining everyone. You get the Samoan family tree as like features in there, so you finally understand. Oh, Roman Reigns is this to Yokozuna and this to this guy.
Scott Narver, all I have to say to you is
I'm on a roll, baby.
you're on fire today.
Aww.
Completely on fire.
Thanks.
But yeah, Naomi's she's changing her look every single week. She's being malicious, and it's good to see Tamina back healthy. So now they're going to go to battle with the Bellas, destroyed them on Raw, and so I imagine that's going to be something at Payback. Not quite sure what. Maybe a tag team match without the title on the line. I think that would be a good way to kind of progress things a little bit more.
So what was your favorite segment of all of Raw?
Oh, man, that is so hard to say. I already mentioned how much I love the New Day, but I'll be honest with you, the guy that stole the show for me, obviously Sami Zayn. Fantastic seeing him. The roof blew off the building, but for me,
I can speak French.
Heath Slater.
Man, that was great. That was great. Again, more weird stuff. You got Bret Hart, Heath Slater, Sami Zayn, all involved in a Cena segment.
And Hart knocks him out with the mic. Slater owned every second on television.
It's like what, JTG was saying. It's you got to get these guys on TV. You got to give them a shot.
Yeah.
Let them have a shot. Because chances are they got there for a reason. They got hired for a reason. And those fans paid $30, $40, $50, $60, $100, who knows how many dollars to get in there. They want to like something. They want to boo something.
And Slater's a guy that's been there for how many years now? He knows how to hang in there, and he knows at this point what is probably going to get over, and he's owning it. He gets beat up every single week. He's going to eventually get people behind him, which I think they kind of already are. But last night he was a great heel, just screaming at the fans and just saying he's tired of getting beat up out of nowhere, and then just bam, Hart clocks him, which really blew the roof off.
Yeah.
And then Sami Zayn, I mean, I don't know if he's really injured. They said he was getting an MRI on his shoulder.
Yeah, I was reading that there was rumor that he hurt it while doing his entrance, that something like his shoulder popped. I don't know what's real or what's not with that. I hope he's all right.
Yeah, because that was really awkward in the beginning.
Right, yeah. I can imagine, though, with that much enthusiasm, you're like, this is the biggest platform I've been on so far. Get to wrestle Cena and do that, and like, I'm so excited, and then just that freak injury that you hurt yourself, and you go, oh no, what'd I do?
You got to be real careful there. What was I going to say? So yeah, Sami Zayn, what an amazing debut that was. So yes, Payback is pretty much being set up. We talked about Heath Slater, Bret Hart being there in Montreal. We can move on to NXT. Had a couple of great moments. Enzo and Cass defeated Blake and Murphy. Therefore, they are now clear number one contenders.
Clear.
Yeah. And I got to admit, when Blake and Murphy first won the titles, I was like, why? What? I kind of like them now as what they're doing as far as the heel thing goes.
I'm still not sold on it, but I know what you're saying. It's like somebody knows something that I don't. Somebody sees something that I don't.
Which I'm glad. Give them a chance.
It's not being shown to me yet.
Right.
I'm curious what it is, but it's like I don't see it yet.
I mean, I'm glad they're getting a chance. They come out to that weird house music that I would never be caught dead listening to. Super hyper. But I think Enzo and Cass can have a feud with anybody and make it great.
Do you think they have a chance in the WWE? They flourish really well in NXT, and I know a lot of people say, "Yeah, they'll be great in the WWE." But I always wonder if they'll.
Well, it's just because we've seen a lot of people not flourish once they get up there. I think
there's a difference of Triple H thinks they're hilarious and Vince wouldn't.
I think if they're allowed to be themselves, they'll be great. I think if things get tweaked, I think they're famous enough from NXT now where if they go to the main roster and they tweak something about them, the fans are going to know and not be happy. Almost like the New Day. I think a lot of the fans knew that New Day wasn't doing what they wanted to do. And part of the reason they were booing him so much was because of that. Maybe I'm wrong.
No, I mean, it started in Philly. I was
sure
there.
did. Philly.
It's like, no, what you guys are doing, we don't like it.
Yeah.
It's like, it's not really you, but what you have, it stinks.
It sucks. That's what I say. Yes, I think they would be. Enzo and Cass, he's so great. They're both actually good on the mic. I would like to see Enzo change up their intro a little bit, but people love chanting it so much. I guess it's good to be repetitive about it. But yeah, they're clear number one contenders. Dana Brooke is an odd one. She took out Bailey with a headband distraction from Emma. She's in good shape. She's really playing up the obnoxious chick thing.
As a physical therapist, Johnny,
yes,
what is her best feature?
Are we talking physically?
Yeah, like because you're talking humorous and papinoids and
papinoids.
Yeah,
what you know about those papinoids?
I know some. I don't know if that's Delta Brooke's best feature. Her papinoids.
It might be.
Kabuki.
Man, she's a total package. She was a fitness competitor, bodybuilder. I mean, what's good about her is she's relatively compact, so and very athletic. That makes for something like you look at someone like Neville.
Okay,
he is a gift from God as far as athletically. She's kind of like that, not on that level, of course, but I'd say her best feature. I mean, what isn't a great feature on her?
I don't know. Her flaminoids.
The flaminoids, yeah, they could use a little work.
Okay.
Yeah, the flaminoids. I mean, it's hard to get great flaminoids, as everyone knows.
Sure. I mean, I'm looking at your chart here.
I hope someone's listening and now Googling flaminoids to actually see if they're a real thing. No, I'm glad they brought someone else to TV. It's always nice to see people get progressed. So we'll see what she does. I mean, that Divas division does need a heel. So it's the exact opposite of the problem with the main roster. They need more faces,
right?
Whereas NXT divas need more heels. So
because every diva that's in there, if they're bad for a little bit, then the crowd's just so excited and they wrestle so well, they're going to get cheered.
Yeah, it's a really fine line.
Yeah, to stay bad.
It really is. Alex Riley taking on Sami Zayn. KO got a DQ. So basically, Kevin Owens come down. He just destroys everyone. Power bombs Riley off the apron. Destroys Sami Zayn, setting up for TakeOver. But then we saw tweets from Riley. We got to check in with him. I don't know if he's talking about having surgery. I don't know what the story is. But yeah, Kevin Owens just power bombed him off the apron and didn't even give him a chance, really. What are your thoughts on that? It just set up more of the feud for the TakeOver.
Right. I like that it's extending still, and it doesn't feel stale.
Yes.
And that Riley's still so pumped up about it. I can't believe I mean this in a good way. I can't believe how much passion this guy still has after everything he's done and everything he's been through, and listening to him on the podcast and just talking about that he's so fired up.
Yep.
So he's into it just as much as you would just picture, like, if this were on the main roster, it had that feeling of what they do with Lawler all the time, where, like, my references are way too old here, but, like, Shane Helms and Muhammad Hassan, like, anytime they were introducing these new brand of character, and then Lawler would be the gatekeeper. Lawler would be the guy, like, well, I'm standing up to you, and it's like, all right, cool, I get it.
Right.
You're going to beat Lawler right away. So Riley comes in, and it's, well, I was a commentator, but now I'm stepping back into action. It's like, oh, so you just get beat right away. It doesn't feel like that with him.
No, I mean, number one, because he's facing Kevin Owens, who is the champion. And also he beat CJ Parker before CJ left. Plus Alex Riley, I mean, technically he's still in the prime of his career.
Yeah, it doesn't have that vibe that the other ones do, where if you're a general manager or if you're now a personality, like, you have no hit points anymore, so you take one punch and you're just defeated. He's not that guy. He went back to being a competitive wrestler, and it has that feel. It's everything about NXT where it feels different, and you just never know quite what's going to happen, and that's to Riley's credit too.
And guys and girls can learn by watching him cut his promos, because, like, they are from the heart. I don't think anyone's writing anything for Alex Riley. So if you want to learn anything, watch him. And you could figure some stuff out for yourself, I think.
Yeah, constantly impressing.
And we're happy to see it. I mean, we'd like to see him progress a little bit, maybe find a way to get back on the main roster at some point. But yeah, TakeOver coming up. I believe it's May 20th.
Yeah,
that sound about right?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, so that's going to be fantastic. 8 days. No, is it the same week as Payback? I think it is.
Could be. Memorial Day weekend is the 25th.
Whoa. Noise happening. All right, I'll take that off. I don't know what that was. What are we doing here, Scott? All right, so much for that. Gotta keep going. Technical difficulties here. Moving on. Impact Wrestling had a fantastic episode. Okay, we had Eric. We had.
EC3?
Yes, EC3. I just got thrown off by the sound issue.
E's. Yeah, you got all the E's. The
EC3. Ken Anderson had a nice little presidential stipulation thing, if you will. It was decided by Impact fans, which we don't know what's going to happen yet, but the match is going to be upcoming this week. Ken Anderson, EC3. The stipulation is going to be decided by the fans. I think this is going to be a feud that kind of lasts for a little while. EC3 still undefeated, so Ken Anderson trying to beat the streak, which is really cool. Match of the night, though, 4-way ladder match for the X Division title. It was Rockstar Spud, current champion, Kenny King, Mandrews, Tigre Uno. Homicide interferes from the BDC, throws Spud off the ladder. Kenny King is the new X Division champion, and an amazing promo by Spud backstage afterwards. So yeah, BDC finally, they're still throwing their weight around. Kenny King, I like this. Kenny King now the X Division champion because it allows Spud. Spud's the kind of guy you want to root for. You want him to be chasing, kind of like Daniel Bryan in a way.
No, I know. I just love Spud so damn much.
I know.
He's so terrific, and I mean, they're doing it right because it's breaking my heart. I'm like, he was champ. Like, God damn it, they took it away. But yeah, I want to see him get it back.
That's the thing, is I think this is going to get even more people behind him. And that promo he cut backstage was so good, where he talked about how many great wrestlers have held the X Division title and how much it means to him and how he's going to get it back. Like, you believe everything he says, which is really amazing.
Yeah.
And so, so kudos to Spud. Kenny King now, I like that because now he has the crew around him to protect that title.
Yeah, and it's a great crew. It's really such a cool faction.
Yeah, you can say that again. What I love, speaking of factions, last week when the Dollhouse debuted, I was like, the hell, who are these chicks? What's going on there? Just creepy and disturbing.
Much like you're mumbling when watching Impact Wrestling.
What the hell's going on right now? What is that? A lollipop in the mouth?
Open up your window so I can hear the volume of the show. Get out of my tree!
Oh, and then so Taryn Terrell takes on Awesome Kong.
Stupid.
Very stupid.
Never take on Awesome Kong.
You don't want to take on Awesome Kong. We're thinking, how's she going to hang on to this title? Well, next thing you know, she's about to get on the top rope. The Dollhouse comes down. They're beating her with kendo sticks, throw her through the table. Taryn Terrell hangs on, and in a glimpse of an eye, she just changes character. And they cut a really cool promo this week where basically the three of them are a faction, and they're going to protect her title. Gail Kim comes down, and it looks like her and Awesome Kong are going to be united against the Dollhouse, which I'll give him credit. It's something different, and I always love when a heel champion has protection around him, kind of like what Seth Rollins has with the Authority.
Right. Yeah, I think they got something going here. I feel you. It's the wonder and like, I don't know, is this gonna fly? But yeah, let him do it.
And I give Taryn Terrell credit. It's hard to be a good face and a good heel. I think she's doing she was an adorable face, and now as a heel, I'm believing what she's doing. I think it's really, really well done.
Yeah.
Because she knows how hot she is. No one wants to root for a hot chick. So now she can be evil.
no one wants to root for a hot
Nobody
chick.
likes. The thing's not plugged in, so we can't really even hear it, unfortunately. I'm afraid to plug it back in. Let's give it a shot, guys. Oh, there it is. What? There it is. Now we're back. All right, good stuff.
I like that it's damn 4.
Yeah. Oh, I have my whole little thing set up.
I know, awesome. It's amazing.
We had a stretcher match. EY and Angle. Good Lord. Eric Young with 2 pile drivers for the win. Throws Angle in the stretcher. This was gold, and wow. I give Kurt Angle credit for taking pile drivers.
Yeah. That's a lot of trust.
Yep.
And Eric Young is awesome.
Amazing. He's one of the best in the world.
And it's just so cool to see Eric Young being in the situation and Kurt's still going. Oh my God, I can't even fathom that Kurt is still going.
It's crazy.
But it's come around to this, and it feels fresh and it feels different. And
EY's pile drive. Aries took 2 pile drivers earlier. They're saying they don't know when he's going to be back, and now he takes out Angle, puts him on the stretcher. So it looks like we're definitely setting up for an EY Angle feud, which. Who wouldn't be on board with that? He can. EY does it all, man. He's playing such a great psychopath. It's fantastic.
Who do you want to see in Impact next? Because I know, like, everybody's going to NXT. Everybody's heading that way. And there doesn't seem to be a lot of people with that want of going to TNA. But who do you think would be really great in their roster. That's like I want to see them there.
That's not necessarily signed anywhere.
Yeah.
Well, I can tell you one thing. I'm looking forward to the day when Sean Ricker, a.k.a. Eli Drake, gets a little bit more to say. Now,
yes,
I know Drew Galloway is the leader of that faction. I get it because he had a long career in WWE. People know him more. Ricker is 10 times the talker.
You're right.
Drew Galloway will ever be.
Yeah.
So I'm looking forward to the day.
And that's a credit to Ricker. That's not a knock on Galloway.
It's not a knock on Galloway at all. Galloway's doing fine. But I'm looking forward to the day where Ricker gets more of a shot to really show it. You saw a little bit of that first promo he did. But I think eventually this can become a feud between Ricker and Galloway or something to where he just gets cocky and because he could pull it off.
Has Ricker been here yet?
On this show?
Yeah.
No.
He
has not.
Think he should be on here.
It wouldn't be a bad idea. I mean, I know him. Might as well ask him.
Yeah.
I think he lives out here still. I don't know.
More people need to be aware of Sean Ricker.
Well, do you have someone in mind that you think would be...
You said Ricker, and that just overshadows everybody.
I mean, there's so many great guys in the independent scene, but you can't... I mean, we're about to talk about Lucha Underground next.
Willie Mack is one of those guys, too. Willie Mack is a guy that he comes out and you just smile. You just like that guy.
Well, he's with Lucha now.
Right.
So he's going to be there. Unless, of course, they don't get renewed, but I can't imagine they won't be.
I hope they do. They do, because it's just an amazing show that they put on.
Well, it's a great transition for us. Prince Puma defeating Drago to where Drago now must leave Lucha Underground, and we were actually at that taping, and it was pretty amazing. Marty the Moth makes his debut, sneaks into the temple. Many of you remember him from Tough Enough. Fun dude to watch.
Now, this I didn't see, so I don't know who Marty the Moth is. Which guy is that?
It's Marty that was formerly on Tough Enough. He's wearing a yellow and black T-shirt. I forget. I think it says just Aztec on it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, because I'm always a little behind on Lucha. Like, I watch it with a friend, and we gather up a couple episodes.
He finds Dario Cueto. Cueto won't let him in, and then somehow he sneaks in the temple. Good stuff.
I love that, sneaking into the temple. Yeah. That's awesome.
Don't sneak into my temple. And then a really funny interview with Evil Son of Havoc and Angelico. They just constantly argue, and their timing is really good, and I really enjoy the three of them together. It's great because, a lot of us hadn't seen these three, and much of them before this, and they're getting such a shot to shine. And they're killing it, especially Evilise. She's so good.
Yeah, they're all impressive. I mean, whoever's pulling talent for Lucha Underground,
doing a great job.
There's none of the feel of, well, we'll just get this guy to pad the roster, or we'll get this girl. Nope. They have specific plans in mind of what they're doing.
Well, hell yeah.
Yeah, it's very calculated, and they're doing a fantastic job, and they're letting everyone play to their strengths every single week. Now, I know, from what I understand, the only holdup between season 2 happening and not happening is the fact that it's not a cheap show to make. I know the ratings have been good for the El Rey Network, considering it's a network not a lot of people know.
Right.
But the question is, how much money are they willing to put out? I don't know. I forget what the numbers are, but it was not a cheap show to make. And if you watch it, you can see why.
I don't know how this all works, and this might just be being wishing in the stars for nothing, but I don't know how much it costs to put things on a digital platform.
Yeah.
But that needs to happen. Like, put out DVDs. Release it on iTunes, put it on other, like Amazon, other streaming devices where people can pay for it.
Agreed.
Because I can't watch it on a week to week. I got to go to a friend's house that has cable, but I am more than willing to buy the season on whatever platform it is.
Yeah, you're a really supportive person. You're like, you're not the kind of person that wants to watch stuff for free. You're like, I want to pay for it, I want to support it, but you don't get El Rey because you said you don't get cable.
Yeah, we don't. The house I'm living in, we don't have cable, and as great as cable is, it's like you're paying $80 a month to have a bunch of channels you don't even want, and then you're not guaranteed to get what you want.
I'm so sick of cable. I don't even know why I still pay for it. Luckily, I get El Rey, so I could watch it on my television, but I don't get like Destination America or nothing like that.
Yeah, see, and that's the frustrating part. I want to pay directly for what I want, and I want to support that show. And that's what I want to do. And I hope people at El Rey Network or whatever the distribution company is would allow fans to do that. So if there is someone living, say, in New York, and there is no El Rey Network out there, and they hear about the show, let them have a chance to pay for it. Let them buy an episode, and they go, I'll buy more.
That'd be a great DVD combo to get the whole season, however many episodes. I think 38 episodes they're going with. I'm not quite sure. But either way, watch it.
And yeah, what kind of show is there in wrestling where you can get a season?
I love it. I'll be honest with you, I wish there were more seasons. It would refresh things. It would give writers more time. It would give them, allow them for more creativity. And it would allow guys to heal.
Yes.
That's why everyone's so happy at Lucha Underground. They're like, this is the greatest schedule of all time.
Yeah, we're done.
I can walk. It's amazing. So we pretty much were able to cover everything. We had a great interview with JTG, talked, everything. Payback coming up, Impact, Lucha. And so I think this is a pretty full show we had, about 80 minutes worth of good times. Mm-hmm. And so go ahead, put yourself over, Scotty.
Well, you can follow me on Twitter at Curtain Jerks, and you can listen to my comedy wrestling podcast, Curtain Jerks, available on iTunes and SoundCloud. And this week, I know we have Al Snow, and then next week, we have a bunch of guests.
Wait,
still.
Al Snow or...
Oh, the Al Snow.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a great interview. We talked about movies and comedy and wrestling, and we talked about all sorts of stuff. And then we've got some other ones down the pipeline. We've got Santino Marella, Frankie Kazarian, Christopher Daniels.
Nice.
So you're not going to want to miss out on that. And of course, we're going to have a big announcement coming up soon. And then also... if you haven't seen the Tough Enough video of Marquee Extreme,
it's great.
YouTube.com/OnYourMarkShow. It's great. And plus all the videos from WrestleCon that Marquee Extreme did. Brian Knobbs, the Nasty Boy.
Pity City.
You've got Noelle Foley.
She just trashed him.
Gosh, who else? Road Warrior.
Well, Matt Hardy admitted to Jeff that they were all brothers.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's all there. There's so many videos. Oh, Matt Stryker. It's great. You got to check those out. YouTube.com/OnYourMarkShow.
And we've been tweeting about it as well. We've been sending out the YouTube links, so support it because we have some plans for Marquee Extreme down the road. That is our plan. Mm-hmm. So all the support that is happening online for it only helps all of us.
Exactly.
So we'd appreciate that. At Wrestling Buds on Twitter, Facebook.com/@WrestlingBuds. Of course, Walking Dale, he was not here today, so follow Dale Rutledge at The Walking Dale on Twitter and tell him you want him to come back real soon, which should be next week. He'll be all settled in DC at that point. At Jay Quasto on Twitter. And guys, if you live anywhere near Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, I'm headlining the Pittsburgh Improv Wednesday, May 13th, and then I'm going to be there with Brad Williams the whole weekend, the 14th to the 16th. But if you can, please come out that Wednesday. I don't want to be playing to an empty room.
Support live comedy. It's the best.
I'm so cheap, too. It's not going to cost you much. It's going to be fun.
JTG prices.
Exactly. We can all hang out at my hotel afterwards. It's going to be amazing. If you're in San Diego, I'm also at the La Jolla Comedy Store this Friday and Saturday, May 8th and 9th. And other than that, go to thethumbwrestler.com. Support my film. All I ask is you like it on Facebook. And maybe, spread the website around because I'm trying to get into festivals. And the more help I get, the better. With that said, thank you so much, everyone, for watching. Thank you for listening. For Scott Narver, for Dale Rutledge, for Chuck Rice, for JTG, this is Johnny LaQuaso. Y'all have a good week.
Hi. Brooklyn. We're bringing it in the hood to you. We're bringing it. What you do. We're bringing it in the hood to you. We're bringing it. Yeah, that's how. Hey, yo, no more Hollywood. This is Hollywood, and it's crime time. You probably should. I'm from the streets. I was raised in the gutter. I run up on your mother for that bread and butter. Mess around with these crooks. Get your property took. Robbing is my job.